as you all know, today or this morning, I'm going to offer the empowerment of the Guru Padmasambhava, known as Dharhik Kundi or Dechin Japu, or the Guru Padmasambhava that embodies all the Gathas. Gathas, or Guru Padmasambhava, which is known as the king of the great blasphemous, that which embodies all Sugatas, all the Buddhas of the 3 times in 10 directions. So that is the empowerment that I'm going to offer you this morning. And now I'm going to give brief introductions of this ceremony or the empowerment, which is the part of the empowerment itself, which is part of the lineage, the whole empowerment of the system. And so I'm going to give brief introductions of this. These introductions of the first I will talk about the Guru Padmasambhava. Generally, this week, the 2 weeks, is our week of the great teacher, the Guru Padmasambhava. We are going to explore all the different levels, the meanings of the Guru Padmasambhava, that how we can make ourselves as beautiful beings in this world, so that we can continually be beauty, this life, and the next life, and the life after life. As you know, the Buddhism, life is not just the beginning here, nor is ending here. It's a continuation. As day progress, as week progress, as year progress, as century progress, as millennium progress, our life continually progress and move forward. It's the same rhythm. Same echoes. Nature is the same, moving forward continually, but growing and beautifully, igniting, glorifying. That is our responsibility. Make something beautiful, make something special, not just dragging, boring, and moving with heavy burdens. Move with light, with joy, and appreciation, all those beautiful glories. That is the responsibility of ours, yours, and mine, and everyone's. In order to ignite that beautiful qualities, then gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni gave many different levels and categories of the teaching. How to improve, how to make better, how to make beautiful ourselves, that we can beauty to the others, with the context of the harmony, peaceful, non-violence, friendship, appreciation, and with joy. That is the whole song, the whole mark teaching of the great teacher of the Buddha Shakyamuni. We are followers of that great teacher. How wonderful, how beautiful we are. We are one of the most beautiful beings that who really like to make difference to ourselves, to the others. In this context, then as I said, there's many different levels and categories of the teachings. Today's teaching is one of the very esoteric teachings. That means, what means esoteric? It targets exactly the pinpoint of the nature itself. It's not just a hovering and not just a kind of going around, pointing out to the right on the should be. And this is known as then esoteric, skillful means of teaching of compassion. Compassion, that is the word teachings. In this context, there is many different categories of teachings. Then the empowerment is one of the very, very powerful, skillful means of the teachings that Buddha gave. There is many different methods, many different ways to explore and bring these beauties. But this empowerment is known as one of the very powerful and special methods. And we are going to discover and use this empowerment through the teaching of the, again, Buddha with the context by the Buddha Shakyamuni, according that context, according that lineage. As Buddha Shakyamuni, Guru Padmasambhava highlighted that teachings. That is again the purpose of the emanation of Guru Padmasambhava. Buddha Shakyamuni came 2,600 years ago. He gave on the relative level or the kind of in the common level, he gave sutra teaching. That means very general teaching how to make ourselves a better person, beautiful person, How make ourselves happy and joy and peaceful. Make happy and joy and peaceful to the others. And bring the beautiful qualities. That's what the Buddha give, general common teachings. But then Buddha give in a higher level, Buddha Shakyamuni give higher level this great esoteric or the Tantra teachings, which is not ready to explore that time or expound that time in India. So he gave in higher levels, and this teaching being very, very popular. These teachings are very popular in the celestial realms, the realm beyond our 2 eyes, our 2 ears, and our conceptions. There is many realms. There's many things to discover. As scientists discovering, as you know, there's even more to discover than what modern scientists discover. And so these teachings are being very popular in those higher realms. And because of that, because when the time is ready in this world, in this earth, then Guru Padmasambhava purposely emanated to explore or to bring and to highlight, bring forth, and make available to us. But this is one of the great, most powerful activity of gracious again teacher Guru Padmasambhava, to bring forth the hidden teaching on the spotlight, so that we all can experience and benefit by these teachings as we are ready, as we are prepared. So this esoteric teaching or the Tantra teaching is one of these very special teaching those ways. Now with that understanding about Guru Padmasambhava, I already said and you already know that. But again, knowing is not just enough. We have to activate it, we have to practice. This is the whole purpose of our practitioners. Not just knowing. Knowing is good, is intellectual status, but it's not really sipping in coming to the heart. And when it's not really come to the heart, it's still in the intellectual, on the kind of up in the floating status, floating, hovering, as I said other day. It's hovering and floating. If it's not sinking and holding in the heart center, heart. So therefore, again, first we have to know, then we have to that teaching and observe in the heart. And now about Guru Padmasambhava with that. Guru Padmasambhava can be understood at external level and very personal levels. External level, as I said, Guru Padmasambhava is known as 2 ways. First, Guru Padmasambhava is known as the direct emanation of the Buddha Amitabha, the living Buddha Amitabha, who is residing in the vast direction of our universe. As I said, there is more universe, more planets than our 2 eyes and 2 ears can handle. Actually, there is so many. There's so many universes. And each direction, west direction, south and north and the corner directions, south, west, north, whatever you call, up in the dome. There's so many universes. There's so many also the pure lands. The land that is completely filled with the highly enlightened beings. That means enlightened beings. What means? The beings are filled with their heart, with love, unconditional love, unconditional compassion, unconditional wisdom. And their wisdom, knowledge that has no grasping and no clinging. It's open, vast, deep as sky and oceans. There's so many beings. Those beings are filled with that pure land or lands. That land is known as pure lands. So the pure land of the Buddha Amitabha is full of blessings, blissful, and blessings too. Full of love and compassion and wisdom. There's no violence. There's no struggling. Because there is no negative emotions. And that in that pure land, there is a living Buddha known as Buddha Amitabha. Many of you know and heard and we practice. From the heart center of the Buddha Amitabha, golden Vajra with 5 points. Many of you know this Vajra. This is a very sacred, famous, holy ritual object. Sacred objects. Objects. Like this formation, the light came as lightning to the center of Lake Danakosha in the northwest border of India. It's called Uddiyana, known as the Uddiyana. In that border, according to the teaching, when you read the books and the teachings, it's not just exactly in Uddiyana. It's northwest even border of the also Uddiyana is said. But it descended there, this formation as lightning with the soft and the gentle in the middle of the lotus. The blooming full petal lotus, 1,000 petal lotus. Immediately the beautiful being appeared, and which is Guru Padmasambhava. As 8-year-old boy, beautiful, calm, soothing, peaceful, appearing, and so beautiful. It's like body of light and love and compassion. And this is known about how Guru Padmasambhava appeared in this world. There. And then there is another also teachings where Guru Padmasambhava came to this world. As I said, Buddha Shakyamuni gave the common teachings on the public level, publics in India at that time, but higher teachings he gave in the celestial realms because which is not ready. But now the teaching he have to come to this world because the worlds, the beings are ready to receive the highest teaching of the Vajrayana. Therefore, Buddha Shakyamuni also purposely reincarnated as Guru Padmasambhava. And that in the teaching said, when Buddha Shakyamuni announced his Mahaparinirvana around age 80, many Sangha members and close disciples, particularly Ananda, who been as attendant of Buddha Shakyamuni over 30 years, he felt very, very upset by the announcement of Buddha going to enter Mahaparinirvana, which commonly we can language used as passing away. He going to pass away. But it's called Mahaparinirvana because it's not just passing with the frightening, fears, and suffering, the sadness. Buddha is going to entering the new dimensional levels of the reality of the true nature. Reality, the death and the birth are the two sides of the coins. There's no difference. It's two sides of the day and the night aspect. There's no difference. What is the difference? Because there is death, that's the birth is there. Because there's birth, there is death. It's the same way. Because the night is here, there will be called daylight. There is day, there is night. This is just two sides of the coin. That is come. This is the one that the echoes of nature. Everything is like that. There is all that beauties. This is in Buddha's teaching known as skillful means and wisdoms. Appearing in emptiness is all the same games. Nothing different. Both are both. That. So Buddha announced that. But when Buddha announced that, however, the who has like not completely free from the duality and grasping, clinging, and because with habit patterns, they feel upset. See some separations, some changes going to come. Particularly Ananda get very, took that very personal. Then he get very upset. And Buddha said, Ananda should not feel sad. And I will be back 8 years from this Mahaparinirvana death. I will born as even better than what I am now. And my name will be known as Guru Padmasambhava. Therefore, you Ananda, and shouldn't worry, shouldn't be sad of that. Buddha announced that and said that. Not just only that, Buddha repeatedly predicted the upcoming of the Guru Padmasambhava in many sutras and tantras. Often our great Khenpo Rinpoche said there were over 21 or 20 sutra tantra predicted and mentioned of the Guru Padmasambhava coming in this world by Buddha Shakyamuni. So therefore, Guru Padmasambhava is in that way reincarnation of our greatest teacher, the founding father of the Buddhism, Buddha Shakyamuni emanations, appeared in the form of Guru Padmasambhava.